Okay, I'm just gonna give it to you straight. This chapter made me cry. This is one of the saddest and yet one of the best chapters of Attack on Titan. It was personal, ugly, and yet so beautiful. Like I already said in my last video, this chapter was gonna focus on Mikasa's character development and especially her power and her pride. So before getting into the main analysis, I'm not going to give you a spoiler warning for chapter 138 on a video literally titled chapter 138, Analysis and Discussion. Anyway, proceed with caution. I'm writing the script for this on the 6th of March, right after reading the chapter. Well, the English version is not yet released, but the Korean version is. So I'm making this video on the fan translation of that. Also, you will get links to the chapter in the description box below. So let's start. The chapter begins with a shot of a baby watching from among the Marlin Island, staring at the wall titans just standing still in front of them. They have not yet exactly disappeared, but the titans are no longer moving, and with all this steam coming out of it, it finally seems like they're gonna start to get vaporized. The scene is drawn as a parallel to a previous chapter where the baby was staring at the large titans coming to crush him with their own feet. Well, since he was in the focus for some time, much people say that he'll be the next inheritor of the beast type. By the way, that isn't possible because it was born before Zeke died in the last chapter. Next, it cuts to a scene of Falco arriving there with everyone on his back, as they talk about how the bones, as the large titan is being referred to as here, are starting to disappear, and they also wonder if Eren really is dead. Mikasa at that moment gets a vision of the time Eren called her a slave because of her Ackerman bloodline and how he always hated her, which we later found out is exactly false, and Eren was probably doing this so his best friends won't be sad or it wouldn't hurt them when he eventually dies. Gabi, Piek, and a Falco emerging from his titan are finally reunited with their families. Annie is being told how her father actually led them here to this island by the Eldians, and so she runs away to look for her father as well. Connie tells the other how even though they have their regrets, but they still save the world by stopping the rumbling. Armin and Reiner get up as the titans from the rubble down there, and as we see that even after the colossal explosion, that spine, as we see it now, an organism, isn't dead yet. So Reiner tells the others how it isn't safe to keep it that way. Also, I am really surprised with the fact that Reiner is still alive. Like, I was almost dead sure that he was going to die a warrior's death during Armin's explosion, but it turns out he didn't. We see an explosion in the back as Armin and Reiner look back to realize that someone else didn't die because of the explosion too. Jean, who actually was the one to deteriorate the TNT, says that he always knew that Eren wasn't going to die from that, and comes out of it in a titan body, which is huge. We later see it being relative in size to Armin's colossal titans. This probably is Eren's founding titan form, which makes his attack titan grow a lot bigger till the point he just looks like the colossal titan with the attack titan's head. Gabi and the others discuss how they are going to stop Eren from coming in contact with that organism, as it might start the rumbling again. Levi tells them how are they supposed to kill that centipede, as it is referred to here, when Armin's explosion couldn't. He tells them that to go after Eren instead, because all this suffering, this death, will not be over until Eren is dead. The scene cuts into a conversation between Annie's father and the commander while Piek and Falco prepare to fight again and beat their families. Annie meets with her father again in a very emotional scene from this chapter. God, no one spoke anything, but you could still feel how sad it was. Armin walks towards Eren as Reiner and the others realize that the centipede organism has started to secrete some sort of steam. Mikasa inquires if it means that the organism is dead, to which Connie replies that that's not probably it because it doesn't smell like a dead titan. Everyone is left shell-shocked when they realize that the centipede is secreting titan spinal fluid, just like Zeke used to do. Levi tells Mikasa and Piek to get on Falco's back because the titan shifters and the Ackermans are the only ones who are not affected by this kind of thing, and so they have to stop Eren themselves. We see what's probably one of the saddest scenes as Connie and Jean discussed among themselves how this is the end for them too. Gabi, her family, Falco, and Piek, and Reiner, and Annie's families, all of them will probably be turned to titans in just any second now. John and Connie are also affected by the titan's team, and they have this conversation among themselves with a side hug about how it's the end for them and that it's the scout's way to leave the fallen behind and sacrificing yourselves for others. And Connie asks Jean about the graduation, how they actually did end up saving the world. This scene is just so sad and gruesome, and that side hug makes it even sadder. Oh my god. Reiner and Armin are left completely shocked when they see that everyone has turned into titans. Annie notices this and gets ready to fight as all the titans get down from the cliff to help the centipede in the fight. Reiner tries to stop it as Eren and Armin go towards each other for one big final fight. Eren's new titan literally looks exactly like the colossal titan. Falco and the others arrive at the battle place when Annie and Piek transform to help Reiner fight that centipede. Mikasa gets a major headache thinking about the past, and she tells herself how all she wants to do now is to go home. Levi tells her to get back on her feet and get ready to fight, as the Ackermans are probably the only ones who can kill Eren. Mikasa is in a much better position than Levi to fight, as Levi is major danger. Mikasa says in her mind that all she wants to do is go home when a vision starts playing in her mind. In the vision, she notices that she's sitting in front of a house in the woods by the mountain, and an older Eren with short hair is waking her up and telling her that she might catch a cold. Notice the dialogue in this scene because it's really important. Mikasa asks him if she fell asleep, as Eren tells her that she must have been really tired and that they should rest today as they have caught a pretty big fish. Mikasa tells him that she feels like she has had the longest dream. Eren notices that she's crying and inquires her about. Mikasa replies that she's not sure about it if she should really be there. Eren tells her that even if she should probably not be there, there isn't anything they can do about it, as they abandoned everything else and ran away like this. It has been 2 months since the war against Marley ended, and they are probably gonna come and invade Paradise really soon. Everyone is gonna die if they don't run away, and that Armin is most probably still looking for them. He talks about how in this world he made Historia go through hell, as he couldn't choose between breeding livestock as the earlier kings used to do and genocide, so he could neither go along with Zeke's plan, neither did he go ahead with the rumbling. So the two of them should just live the rest of his days, that is about 4 years, in peace. Just the two of them. That's what Mikasa told him. This world, or Mikasa's vision, would be a better way to describe it, is the possibility of the world which might have happened if Mikasa gave Eren a different answer to when Eren asked her about who he was to her. Mikasa hugs him and apologizes that she made him talk about it even though she told him that they would never have to talk about it again. The next scene made my eyes boiling, as Eren tells Mikasa to just promise him one thing, and that is that after Eren dies, she would throw away the scarf. He hugs her back as he tells her that she would live long after he is gone and that she should just forget about him and be free. A bird flies through above them as Eren tells her to forget about him one more time. We return to the real world as Eren is beating the shit out of Armin, while the Pure Titans and Centipede have taken over Piek, Annie, and Reiner, with Jean's Titan almost biting Reiner in the neck. Honestly, John's Titan form is the only one bad thing in this chapter. The scene cuts to Mikasa as we see her taking out Eren's scarf from inside her shirt as she ties that scarf around her neck again, for old time's sake. Mikasa says, "I can't." Mikasa tells Levi and Armin that Eren is inside the mouth and that she's gonna be the one to kill him and asks for their help. Armin grabs Eren's Titan by the head as Levi shoots a thunder spear straight in his mouth and knocks one of his teeth out. Mikasa sees his opportunity to get inside Eren's Titan head, and we finally get a look at Eren inside his Titan. Eren is all connected to veins and his head is still connected to that spine to his body, which probably explains why his attack or founding Titan is as big as the Colossus. Mikasa comes in and slashes his head from the spine as Eren stares at her. We cut back into her vision as Eren is sitting there while Mikasa holds him by his head and says a long-awaited emotion, "See you later, Eren." As we return back to reality, where we see Mikasa kissing Eren's decapitated head goodbye, as little Ymir Fred smiles as she watches them. And my boy Eren finally got a kiss after he cock-blocked himself in the season 2 finale. I'm really sorry for making that joke at this moment. I seriously apologize. Okay, so now there are some other things I would like to discuss about this chapter. First, no, I don't think this is a time loop. It can be though, but I don't think Isayama is going to do that. Even though just now Isayama has said that he likes to hurt his readers, so who knows, man, the story can be much sadder than we imagined. So Mikasa's vision, I think this is the same dream Eren had in chapter 1, like the exact same one, because the dialogues and everything Eren said after waking up from that sleep is the same as Mikasa says after she woke up from sleep in her vision, like the exact same thing. Eren, after waking up, told her that he felt like he was having the longest dream, and in the same way Mikasa asks him why he was crying. Only thing we actually see from this dream in the manga is Mikasa telling him, "See you later, Eren," and we see in Mikasa's vision that this is exactly the last thing Mikasa told him. And also with having the longest dream, Isayama was trying to draw parallels in telling us that Mikasa's vision in chapter 138 is the same dream Eren had in chapter 1. So does this indicate a sort of time loop? Like, imagine if Attack on Titan just ended next chapter telling us that all of this suffering is the way out of it, and that they are captured in a time loop in purgatory where they'll have to go through this suffering for the rest of forever. I don't really know. Well, honestly, I have decided to actually make an entire video about my final predictions for Attack on Titan, which I hope will be out in 3 weeks or something. So I'm not really gonna tell you anything about what might happen in chapter 139. Well, that aside, do I think Eren is dead this time? Well, no, not exactly. I do think this is probably the end for him, but I still think we're gonna see him in the last chapter. By the way, most of my theory did get confirmed in chapter 138, so check out the rest of that video. Links are provided. Are Gabby and John and Connie still going to be Titans by the end? No, I don't think so. I don't think Titans will even exist after this, but let's talk about that in another video. So let's talk about the reason behind Ymir's smile. Remember when I said that Ymir had already correlated anger in Eren and hope in Armin, and Mikasa is the only one left that she has to correlate with, and that thing is going to be pride? Well, it's going to be Mikasa's pride in her love for Eren and for this world. Even though this world is cruel, Mikasa still loves this world a lot and considers it to be beautiful. Ymir has always been fascinated by love, like the couple's kissing scene. Well, she just watched a girl kissing the love of her life goodbye after she had to kill him to save the world. The kiss was what made her happy, and so she smiled. She correlates with Mikasa's pride in her love for Eren. When Eren actually asked her to forget about him and throw away the scarf, she replied, "No, I can't," and later tied it around her neck again. Her love is stronger than anything for him. That's the reason Ymir was smiling, thus the words, "To the boy who sought freedom, goodbye." But I still think Mikasa and Eren are gonna meet again, just because she didn't bid him goodbye, but rather said that she would meet him again. Anyway, I'll elaborate more on this and all my other predictions about the ending in a separate video. That's all for today's video about the discussions and analysis of chapter 138, along with the side theory, which is most probably confirmed and not even a theory. Well, I'm trying to become more regular now and will try to post weekly 2 videos instead of 1 in 2 weeks. Also, I have 2 other projects about Attack on Titan currently going on, along with other manga videos, another anime analysis video, and also 2 seasonal anime videos, so please stay tuned for that. Follow me on Twitter as I keep giving some updates and stuff there, and I'm way too active on my Twitter. Links will be provided in the description. Thanks a lot for watching the video. Likes, subscription, and comments are hugely appreciated, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.